Hey, CrossWinds. It's Suzanne.
And Michael.
And if you're watching this, you're either really, really bored or you just received your third quarter giving statement.
We want to thank you as a church. Your generosity this year has just been amazing. We're so very proud of you. We're so proud to be your pastors. You have, through your generosity, allowed us in this church to do some amazing things for God.
If you remember back in January, as a church, our leadership team gathered and we prayed a prayer. We prayed a prayer that God would do something so big in our church this year that only He could get the credit for it. And God has certainly done that in our midst, hasn't He? We sit here today with a new campus launched in Madison. And so many of you worked so hard. You gave of your time. You gave of your money. You put your sweat and tears into getting that campus up. And we want to share with you that that campus at this point, even though our two campuses right now, things might be a little bit bumpy and we might be looking around and feel a little uncomfortable as we're going forward, we want you to hear this good news. Overall, CrossWinds Church in the last 7 weeks has increased by 23%. So that's 23% more people in attendance that are hearing the life-giving message of Jesus Christ, and that due to your generosity. Just recently, we went out to the Madison Street Festival. We met tons of our neighbors in the Huntsville, Harvest, and Madison area. It was a great time as we spent the day giving free hugs and sharing God's love with each other. And we can't forget that just this past Sunday, our youth sponsored our annual Fall Frenzy. They did a great job. It was a beautiful day with lots of fun and lots of new guests to meet and friends to make. And the youth did such a great job. They represented themselves, they represented their families, and they represented our church so well.
But we're not done yet, not by a long shot. We have some amazing things coming up in our very near future we want you to be aware of. We have some dialogue-based classes entitled Real Issues, where we're going to talk about very, very real issues that are facing Christians in the world today. And those are coming up very soon, so be aware of those. We also have a community bonfire coming up in a couple of weeks, so we need you to bring out all your s'more supplies you can.
Don't forget the chocolate.
No, bring lots of extra chocolate for Suzanne. Pastor Suzanne loves chocolate, so bring chocolate. But last but not least, and this is definitely not least, we have received the supplemental grant for the Harvest Community Storm Shelter. We are starting that project in earnest as you receive this video today. As you watch this video, we're starting that project.
We want you to know that for a lot of us, this has kind of been a rough year. There's been furloughs, there's been sequestration, and a lot of you have had to take hits on your family financially, and yet you've remained faithful to the mission that God has given CrossWinds Church. We want you to know that your sacrifice does not go unnoticed. Your generosity does not go unnoticed. Because of you, CrossWinds continues to be a church that reaches out into the community. CrossWinds continues to be a church where it's not about us. It's about reaching those that have yet to come to know Christ. And we thank you. We thank you from the bottom of our hearts. We couldn't be prouder of you as your pastors. We thank you for what you do each and every week to share God's love to the world around us that's in desperate need of it. Thank you so much.
Amen. Thank you.